Welcome to the channel. Today we're diving into the world of epic flops that left Hollywood scratching its head and emptying its pockets. Blockbusters that crashed. This is the top 10 movies that lost the most money at the box office. Number 1 might surprise you. But first, a huge shout out to today's sponsor, realsoulhealth.com. Your one-stop shop for magic truffles, healing herbs, healing music at a frequency that help your pets to relax, especially those with anxiety, and of course, amazing bold statement-making hoodies for yourself. Head to realsoulhealth.com and use code YTMATRIX for 15% off your first order now. Okay, let's get back to those blockbuster disasters. Hollywood is no stranger to high-stakes investments, with studios pouring hundreds of millions into films, hoping to strike gold with the next blockbuster phenomenon. But not every film soars to the heights of Avatar or Titanic. Take Joker folieadeux, for instance. While its predecessor was a billion-dollar triumph, the sequel has stumbled at the box office. Early projections suggest it could face monumental losses. But just how much is on the line? Curious to see where Joker folieadeux lands among the most notorious box office flops in cinematic history? Let's dive into the biggest financial disasters, explore how they unfolded, and uncover what went wrong. 10. Tomorrowland. Lost $118.7 million. Tomorrowland had all the ingredients for a Hollywood triumph. With Walt Disney Studios Motion Pictures behind it, a star-studded lead in George Clooney, one of Hollywood's most bankable actors, and a name inspired by the beloved Disney theme park land, it seemed destined for success. But here's where things went off track. Disney found itself facing a staggering loss of roughly $118.7 million, adjusted for today's money. What went wrong? Many point to the film's cryptic marketing campaign, which left potential audiences confused rather than intrigued. 9. JupiterAscending. Lost $126 million. JupiterAscending had all the makings of a blockbuster. Directed by the acclaimed Wachowskis, the creators of the Matrix trilogy, and starring Hollywood A-listers Channing Tatum and Mila Kunis, the 2015 space opera seemed destined to shine. With a production budget estimated between $176 million and $200 million. The stage was set for a galactic hit. But despite its star-studded lineup and high-profile directors, JupiterAscending suffered a jaw-dropping estimated loss of $126 million in today's money. What went wrong? For one, the high-concept sci-fi plot proved too complex for mainstream audiences, leaving them more puzzled than entertained. Yet it has since gained a devoted cult following. 8. Speedracer. Speedracer lost $128 million. In 2008, Warner Bros. Brought the beloved anime to the big screen with an ambitious live-action adaptation. With stars like Emile Hirsch and Christina Ricci and a $120 million production budget, it seemed poised to zoom straight to success. But instead of crossing the finish line as a hit, skidded off track. The film's estimated losses reached a staggering $128 million in today's money. What went wrong? The marketing campaign failed to connect with the right audience. Despite being aimed at children, the promotional material emphasized that it was directed by the Wachowskis, famous for their gritty Matrix franchise. This left many parents mistakenly believing the movie wasn't family-friendly, and ticket sales tanked as a result. Though, Speedracer has since become a cult classic for its vibrant visuals and over-the-top energy. 7. Jack the Giant Slayer lost $137.3 million. After Universal's Snow White and the Huntsman enchanted audiences in 2012, Warner Bros. Sought their own fairy tale success with Jack the Giant Slayer. With Nicholas Hoult leading the cast and a massive $200 million production budget, the 2013 film seemed like a recipe for blockbuster magic. But instead of climbing to new heights, the movie stumbled at the box office, falling short of breaking even. The studio faced staggering losses of $137.3 million adjusted for today's money. One critical misstep might have been the film's last-minute name change. Originally titled Jack the Giant Killer, the movie was rebranded as Jack the Giant Slayer, in an attempt to appeal to a broader, more family-friendly audience. However, the film's dark tone and intense visuals were too frightening for younger viewers and left the intended adult and teen audience feeling disconnected. 6. The Suicide Squad lost $141.3 million. DC's high-octane anti-hero flick seemed poised for success with a massive $185 million budget. But despite its star-studded cast and action-packed thrills, The Suicide Squad ended up losing a staggering $141.3 million when adjusted for inflation. So what went wrong? While the COVID-19 pandemic certainly played a major role, the simultaneous release in both theaters and on HBO Max was also a key factor in the film's lackluster box office performance. With audiences opting for the convenience of streaming at home, The Suicide Squad was left struggling to recoup its costs, making it one of the pandemic's biggest box office casualties. Before we hit the top 5, take a quick moment to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps us bring you even more amazing content like this, and trust us, you won't want to miss what's coming next. Now, let's dive into the top 5. 5. Joker, folieadeux. Lost $150 million. Following the phenomenal success of 2019's Joker, which grossed over $1 billion worldwide on a modest $65 million budget, expectations were sky-high for its sequel. Armed with a massive $200 million production budget and an equally hefty $100 million marketing campaign, Warner Bros. Aimed to replicate, or surpass, the original's record-breaking success. But instead of becoming a billion-dollar blockbuster, the sequel has stumbled. With a divisive reception, particularly over its bold shift to a musical format, the film has struggled to resonate with fans of the gritty, psychological tone of the first movie. Despite the hype, reports now suggest that Warner Bros. Could face losses exceeding $150 million, marking the sequel as a rare misstep in the world of comic book adaptations for the clown prince of crime. 4. The Matrix Resurrections lost $157.4 million. The Matrix Resurrections had all the makings of a massive blockbuster, with a hefty $190 million budget and the return of the iconic sci-fi franchise. Expectations were high. Yet the fourth installment in the mind-bending series only managed to pull in $157.3 million worldwide. The Matrix Resurrections faced a painful loss of $157.4 million. The film's hybrid release, debuting simultaneously in cinemas and on HBO Max, has been widely blamed for its lackluster performance. With viewers opting for the convenience of streaming at home, the movie struggled to capture the attention it needed at the box office, making The Matrix Resurrections one of 2021's biggest financial disappointments. 3. Wonder Woman 1984. Wonder Woman 1984 lost $170.4 million. The film faced an uphill battle from the start. After multiple delays due to the pandemic, the highly anticipated sequel finally hit screens on Christmas Day 2020. But in a bold move, DC chose to release the film simultaneously in theaters and on HBO Max, a decision that would play a major role in the film's financial fate. Despite its star power and a $200 million budget, the movie ended up losing a staggering $170.4 million. However, while the movie floundered at the box office, it was a hit on streaming. HBO Max gained 17.2 million subscribers in the fourth quarter of 2020, largely thanks to Wonder Woman 1984, which was watched a massive 14.9 million times on the platform. 2. The Flash lost $200 million. The Flash was meant to be a major hit for DC. With a hefty $220 million production budget and $150 million in marketing costs, the film was primed for success. But despite the massive investment, it only managed to gross $271.3 million at the worldwide box office, far below expectations. Several factors contributed to its downfall. Controversies surrounding lead actor Ezra Miller's conduct cast a long shadow over the film before it even hit theaters. Add to that a less than stellar reception from critics, and struggled to capture the audience's interest. Ultimately, Warner Brothers is estimated to have lost around $200 million on the project, marking it as one of the biggest box office disappointments in recent years. 1. The Marvels lost $237 million. When The Marvels hit theaters in 2023, it came with high expectations. After the massive success of 2019's Captain Marvel, which grossed over $1 billion globally, the sequel was poised for another big win. With a production budget of $220 million, Marvel Studios was confident they had another blockbuster on their hands. However, the film turned out to be a major disappointment, grossing only $206.1 million worldwide, well below expectations. Critics and audiences pointed to Marvel's film failure to connect. Is estimated to have lost a staggering $237 million, making it one of the biggest flops in recent Marvel history. Which of these flops did you actually enjoy? Comment below and see you in the next video.